How do you deal with a 13-year-old who is just like you? This might be hard, but you need to view your children as mirrors, and sometimes those mirrors reflect things that we don't want to look at. Sometimes those mirrors show us some unhealed parts of ourselves. They can reflect back some bad habits that we've passed along to our kids and didn't even realize. And for a lot of this time, we've probably been stuffing those things down because we didn't want to deal with them. But stuffed things always bubble up. When our kids are just like us and that's triggering us, that is a good indication that we need to get in counseling and start unpacking some things and those triggers, because triggers are our own responsibility, not somebody else's. When I see my children making choices that I used to make and I knew they led down a terrible road, I want to quickly intervene. I do two things when that pops up. The first thing I do is evaluate whether or not that's just something that's triggering me and it's not truly detrimental to them. It's just choices I regret making in immaturity, and then I remember that they're immature. That's why they're making immature choices. The second thing I evaluate is whether or not that's actually reflecting back a part of myself that I haven't wanted to dig through yet, and it would just be so much easier if it went away and I just never had to deal with it. But in reality, that's not healthy for me, and that's not going to be healthy for them either. The solution could be as simple as watching some TikToks from professional counselors or different life coaches on here that maybe will expose some areas that you can heal on your own. As long as you're willing to be open and honest and really take a good look at yourself, maybe just getting some additional mirrors to show you some of your blind spots and help you process that could be as simple as just scrolling some videos. However, there's some things that truly do require professional help and somebody to walk you through the process. So counseling's always a beneficial thing. And one of the great things about you going to counseling is it shows your kids that counseling is beneficial to them too. Counseling is never something that is a weakness. Counseling is something that says, I need other people to help me be as strong as I need to be in order to be able to walk through this world well. And your willingness to say, hey, I think some of your behaviors and the reason we've been butting heads is because of unhealed parts of myself. I think I'm going to go talk to somebody and maybe unpack this a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to show up better for you as a mom. That will go leaps and bounds for your teens, because they're going to realize that you are a whole human who's still going to make mistakes, who is still willing to improve, and is still willing to grow. And modeling a growth mindset for your kids is only going to set them up for success so that they know when to reach out when they need help too. The last thing I need you to realize is that your daughter being exactly like you is a gift. Because you were created for such a time as this, for something only you can do, and every one of your strengths and weaknesses play perfectly into that purpose. And if your daughter has a similar calling, then you guys are on the same path together. You're a team. Though it has its struggles, that's a blessing, because she's a blessing to you and you're a blessing to her. Become the best version of you so that you're charting the course for where she can walk next.